Right. So, good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome all of you. Mr. Suresh, you are with flute or something?
Yes, yes. Just I am practicing. Just I saw that text in group, sir. So that's just immediately I opened. I am practicing flute, sir. Actually,
Very well. Very nice. Good, good, good. We'll see if we have a time at the end. We'd like to listen to you.
sorry, sir. Sorry.
I said if we'll have the time at the end of the meeting, we will listen to your flute.
A little bit. Okay, sir. Okay. I'm a learner actually. Hmm.
Sure,
So
sure. We all
from
are learners there.
but a lot of distractions is going on, sir. For practicing the flute from past 6 7 years, I'm struggling lot of obstacles, sir. Actually, so
Mm.
continuity is not there, but I'm not leaving this music actually.
Very nice. That's the spirit. Actually, difficulties come on the way, but then you have to pave your way through that, and then only you can reach to your destination. Difficulties comes in everyone's path, actually.
But for me,
So,
sir, for me especially in lot of ways, sir, when I practice today, 1 week after that I got health issues like that coming,
mm,
and not possible to go
mm,
for the classes near Guruji. So a lot
mm,
of but I'm not but
yeah,
if I left 1 month or 2 months, sir, again not possible to stop again. The mind will say, please take it and make something
mm,
practice, sarigama padani, sir, like that the
mm.
mind will approach.
So that is why this workshop or this topic becomes of more importance. Sometimes whenever we are going through a very simple path or a simple route, and suddenly we are not able to realize what has happened. Why we feel distraction from a path, or like one day we are very jovial, we are very happy, and we are enjoying things around, and by the time we come back to our house in the evening, we feel totally exhausted, and we are failing to understand what has happened. So there can be such instance, and keeping these things in mind, uh, this Telegram workshop has been designed. So, on
Right.
behalf of Dr. Pallavi, I
Pallavi
would,
ma'am.
yeah. So I would like to welcome all of you and thank you for joining on busy Saturday and attending this free preview of the workshop Evil Eye Protection, Aura Cleansing, and Chakra Balancing. So this workshop is from 11th of September to 15th of September, where we'll be providing you PDF notes on the Telegram app. I am Bhairav Dutt. I am Shri Vidya Upasak and associate of Dr. Pallavi. And we have Dr. Pallavi with us who will be taking us through this session and giving us an introduction of what course is it, what constituents are there in the course. And with that brief, over to you, Dr. Pallavi, please.
Thank you so much, Bhairavji, for this introduction. Welcome all of you, Shri Matre Namaha. So this is a wonderful opportunity for me to bring around these topics through these Telegram workshops. There is a urgent need to address these burning issues in our life where we find ourselves incapacitated beyond a certain point, and we cannot understand what is it that holds us back from our dreams being manifested, from our manifestations coming true. So all of us have gone through these kind of episodes in our life, and that is why this workshop has been conceptualized with that in mind, that it's a common problem with many of us, that we don't seem to succeed in many areas in spite of our best efforts, in spite of putting in the required investment in terms of our energy, in terms of our time and money. And actually, the problem with failure is that it causes deep disappointment and snatches away the inspiration to work further. That is why it is very important also to succeed in life. And every failure has to be used as a stepping stone, not as a, like a detriment to our dreams. So this is a common thing that we face, that when we go out and meet certain kinds of people, then we just have this vibe about them that we don't like, and we feel discouraged to even interact with them or to blend with them. And so certain circles you go, you don't find yourself to be in place there. So all this is connected to energy, because essentially we are all energy, and each person carries an energy signature of their own. Each place also has an energy. So sometimes we are very vibrant and we are very encompassing and very forthcoming and happy to meet certain people, whereas certain people we are like, no, we don't really like what they say, or we don't like their energy. So that is about being very conscious. If you're working with energy or an energy healer, you are a sadhak, the more aware that you get in your life, the more you will be vulnerable to these energies. So, the deeper your sadhana is, the more aware you are of whom you must interact with, what must you say, how must you have your boundaries. And this will help you to, not leak out the efforts of your sadhana, or what you've been working on. There won't be a leaking if you're very conscious of your boundaries. That's one thing. And second is that we have money issues, we have relationship issues, we have health issues, and they come around suddenly out of the blue. They're like a bolt from the blue. So we don't understand why on a certain day we feel sapped of energy, and we feel very exhausted, we feel tired, we have headaches, we don't know the reasons. So all this is coming from an energy interplay that happens in our interactions with others. And thereby, this workshop has been curated for us to get more aware, more understanding of how does this happen, and how can we prevent it, how can we treat it, like that. So I'm just sharing my screen here, and I'll be sharing one short PDF here, which I have created, and I'll be discussing with you. Is the PDF visible?
Yes.
Okay. So I have been working with different kinds of energy healing, with Sri Vidya, with yoga. And as per the 10 years of my journey, I have come across tools, techniques, and pathways that can be of help to you in these areas. So what I've tried to do is to blend everything in my decade of learning into this workshop. This workshop will be held on Telegram, and it will be in a format where all the information that I have has been compiled together into PDFs. So this is a 5-day workshop starting from this Monday, and each day you will be shared a PDF which will have educational notes about each and every subject. Now, this is not like a spoon feeding. You'll have to read, you'll have to assimilate, you'll have to understand, and then experiment and work with what you've learned. So that's the way it'll go. The 3 topics that are going to be included here are evil eye protection, chakra balancing, and aura cleansing. Why I chose these 3 topics is that all the 3 topics are actually connected to each other. They are related to each other. So if we are educated about each of them separately, we are unable to actually connect the dots. So therefore, these 3 topics have been covered here. Now, what I'm doing here in today's Zoom is only informing you. I'm not educating you. I'm just informing you about what are the topics that are going to be covered in this workshop, because it's not possible to do this whole thing on Zoom. There's a lot of information there. So I'm just telling you which day, what topics will be covered so that you have an idea what this workshop, how this workshop can help you. After that, you can decide whether to enroll in the workshop or not. So day one, we are going to be talking about very, very basic things, like what is aura? So what does aura mean? How does it help us to know what is an aura? And many of the Western and the Eastern cultures have spoken about the layers of the aura or the koshas that we speak about. So, what are these layers? There's the physical layer, there's the emotional layer, there's the mental layer. Mr. Suresh, could you please mute yourself because it's
Yes,
kind of
sorry, madam.
disturbing me? Yes. Okay. So, we'll be speaking about the layers of the aura and how do these layers impact us and what's the sequence of these layers. Then we will be speaking about factors that affect our aura. So we have many factors, like when we do spiritual practices, we see, like when we meet saints, you see how radiant they are. They have that power of magnetism, the grace in them. So how does what are we actually sensing there? We are actually sensing their auras. So there is a lot of importance of spiritual practice that we do in magnifying our auras and making it very vibrant. There are other factors like emotional factors. Everything, every thought that we have, every emotion that we feel is directly connected to the overall vibe that we give out. So there are physical factors. When we are unwell, we have this, like a sad face and we have like a shrunken aura. So there are many, many factors which affect our aura on a certain moment to moment or a day to day basis. So we'll speak about those. And then, just like the way that we all understand the importance of hygiene in our lives, and we go and take a bath every day, we cleanse our bodies. So that's like we're doing a physical aura cleansing when we're doing a bathing process or cleaning process of our bodies. So once we are aware and conscious that not only our physical bodies need this addressing, but also the various layers, the 7 layers, each layer needs to be actually aligned and cleansed. So we will understand, once we understand the importance, we'll want to know how to do these aura cleansing techniques. Like how do we do an emotional detox? How do we do a thought detox? So each layer has to be addressed by a daily or a regular frequency interval techniques, like saltwater bathing could be used for a lot of shedding of the toxic principles that we are holding. An emotional clearing needs to be done by maybe speaking to a friend or journaling our thoughts or writing our priorities, and releasing, emotional releasing is needed. We are all human beings. We need to be in a social interaction, in a cozy warm space where we are accepted. So like that, there will be various techniques that will be spoken about for cleansing of the various 7 layers of the aura. After that, we're going to have the aura protection techniques. Now, why is aura protection important? Every technique that we learn here, we also want to feel inspired as to why we must apply what we learn, isn't it? So we want to know how it can help us. If we do a daily or a regular interval protection kavach kind of a thing around us before we move out into the world, imagine how courageously and how aptly you would be stepping into the world. You wouldn't be in fear. You wouldn't be in any kind of like a fear base that how am I going to be impacted. You do your protection practices every day. You like you wear a helmet when you go sea diving or when you are on the road. You don't just say no, it can't happen to me because I'm not really going to get affected by an accident. You don't really say that, right? You wear the helmet and then you go out. That's your common sense understanding of things. So similarly, if you were to do some aura protection practices in the day before you actually step into the world, you'd be very much capable, apt, timely, and aware. So that's something that you can do, and these practices will be taught to you. The last topic about aura that will be covered is about auric tears. Tears means not these tears, but tears means cracks. So our auras are actually like layers. So whenever we experience cracking in those auras due to different factors, like we could suddenly have an accident, a physical illness, a mental aggressive remark by somebody, then what happens? There is a certain breakage in the flow, in the continuity of our auras. So we will learn how these tears are to be repaired, how these are to be identified. Okay, so this was all about auras. After that, we'll go on to chakras because we have three topics. So we all know about chakras, but still there will be a baseline introduction about what are the seven chakras, where are they placed, and what do each chakras represent for us, what areas of life they represent for us, how do they impact us when there are chakra imbalances. Then how does an active chakra, if you have an active chakra, what are the kind of symptoms or persona that you carry, and what happens when you have an imbalanced chakra? So there will be an assessment technique taught to you on, you can assess your own chakras. Each chakra you can assess whether you are in the active stage or you are in the blocked or imbalanced chakra format. So, and you will also learn how to balance them back, how to balance each chakra back. So that's something that will be taught. Other than that, the last topic that will be taken up here in very short detail would be about evil eye or nazar dosh, and what does it mean to be a victim of a psychic attack. We keep saying we have some dark energies, we feel some dark energy. So what exactly are those symptoms? We all know that. We all know that, you know, like when we are under the impact of a nazar dosh, how do we feel? We really feel sapped and lackluster and, you know, not up to the mark of what we're not at our best. That's what I'd say in short. So there will be some symptoms that will be spoken of, which you can always be on high alert. And whenever they happen to you, you exactly know that you've been a victim there and you need to do stuff to clear out that and come back to your default blissful place that you are. That was day one. Day two is going to be everything that we begin whenever we want to have a transformation in our life. It's not that suddenly we jump to tools or techniques only. The first thing that we need to ready ourselves for is to create a different mindset about this whole situation, why it needs to be addressed, and then have you know, like, turn the mind towards more healthy thinking pathways, towards more healthy feeling pathways. Once we are working on these areas, only then we can come down to the next phase of the trial, which is working with techniques or tools. So first thing that needs to be changed is our own mindset about the situation. So there is going to be a lot about this here. Affirmations are positive statements that are very, very powerfully helpful in changing our psyche, the way we perceive and the way we respond to things. These are like subconscious commands that we give to our mind and reinforced again and again. They actually change the way that we think about a certain thing. So I'll teach you how to work with affirmations, what affirmations to use for cleaner aura, and also for specific affirmations where you can affirm that your chakras are balanced and they are very vibrant and you're in your prime. Then the second thing here would be covered would be, as I had mentioned earlier, that, you know, we are all social beings and we are in touch with many kinds of people. So we can't avoid that. We need to go out. We need to go to our working places, offices, public transports, friends, even our relatives, our dear ones at home. Sometimes they are the ones that actually infect us with their lethargy or bitterness or, you know, fears. So how do we have these healthy relationships where we are able to interact without fear with our loved ones and go out in the world? What does a healthy companionship actually mean? Where we are at our best and yet we are in engagement with others. So how do we set healthy boundaries? When do we barricade and say, no, no, this is not something that you must do to me. This is not the way that you should behave with me. It's not, it's others may perceive it as rude or whatever, but you have to guard yourself first. Because if you are clean and clear, then you are at your maximum potential and you are able to help yourself and others. So setting boundaries and having healthy relationships is something that we need to train our minds to. Self-care ideas, self-care is very, very important. We are often getting so busy in our day-to-day lives, caring about our families, about our spouses, about our children, about our work. So much so that in this busy life, we forget to pay address to our own emotions, our own bodies, our own ways that we are getting impacted. So self-care would involve a lot of things. It could be a physical self-care, like, treating yourself to a sauna bath, having proper drinking water at regular intervals. This is all self-care. These are all very small things that we forget, and I'll be reminding you on how to do these self-care principles, which could be not only in taking care of your body, but how you must honor your emotions, how you must honor your choices. We all have intuitive ideas about situations. Sometimes we are in a conflict in life, we don't know which way to go. सो अंदर से वी फील आवाज आती है, एक छोटी सी आवाज आती है, बट हम उसे सुन नहीं पाते, हम उसे इग्नोर कर देते हैं, हम उसे इररिलेवेंट समझते हैं. सो these are important ways to honor ourselves, and that's a part of self-care. Now, what does, if you ever met positive people, how are they different from the negative ones? They're more grateful, they're more kind, they're more mindful, they're more forgiving. That's what I'd say. How does a positive vibe differ from a negative vibe? Are these four characters? So if you want to become a positive auric person, then you have to learn how to practice these four traits inside you. And that is not something that you will just buy from the market as if like I'm buying how to practice gratitude. No, it doesn't happen. Each and every day in the most abusive situations, you will have to learn to be more tolerant, more forgiving. So it comes as a reflex to you once you have worked on yourself and you have trained your minds. So I will give you some methods on how to practice gratitude and mindfulness in your life. And forgiveness is something that the ability to let go, to move on, and not holding back, stuff from past 10 years. This guy came, insulted me there in that meeting. He snatched my money. So many things we hold in our psyche against others, no? And who is it? किसको बीमार कर रहे हैं ये चीजें? हमें ही कर रहे हैं. The other person doesn't even know that we are holding something from a 10-year-old painful memory. So we need to declutter and we need to release these painful episodes and emotions and let go and forgive and move on. So an ancient Hawaiian practice of Ho'oponopono is being discussed here on how would you practice this forgiveness. I'll come to it in the next few days slides. The last point here is about earthing or grounding. So this is something that is so easily we have forgotten, that in our Eastern traditions, our ancestors always walked barefoot, they slept on the ground, they basically lived on the ground. And now in our urban lives, in city life, we wear these shoes, and we are disconnected from the earth, and we are constantly in contact with the EMF radiations here that are impacting us and causing us to be positively charged in our bodies, leading to many kinds of emotional and physical diseases in our system. As a doctor, I can tell you that all inflammatory diseases are actually coming from this positive charge that we carry in our bodies. And the positive charge is coming from the EMF devices that we're constantly using. So the only way to come to a 0 volt or a neutral state in our bodies is by coming in contact with the earth. And for that, you need to walk barefoot on the earth at least for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Even that much would be wonderful to start healing yourself. And an overall change in your own aura, in your own body can be felt when you start working with the grounding or the earthing techniques. So this is about day 2. Day 3, we're going deeper into the work now, and it will be expected that you work with these techniques now. Now we have come to real techniques here. Especially in day 3, we're talking about meditations. So we know that there are many kinds of meditations, and each meditation actually helps, guided meditations that actually help us change the direction and the intensity of our thoughts, very subtle level, very subconsciously. So I'll be sharing these 4 different kinds of meditations here with a proper script, which you can record in your own voice, and you can use these every day for your aura cleansing, for keeping yourself vibrant. So the first one here, as I shared before, is the Ho'oponopono forgiveness meditation. So how it's a very simple thing which has 4 sentences, and those sentences are to be said in your heart, and you have to bring to mind all the people that you hold vengeance against, and you have painful issues with them. So you bring them on into your meditation, and you forgive them, and you release them. And you don't only release them, the best and first person to get really released is you when you forgive. So slowly, as you can do 21-day sets of these meditations, and you will see a palpable change in your own auric field, in the way that you feel about others, in the pleasantness, that in the lightness, and in your own self. The second meditation here is going to be the white light meditation. So God's light, God's grace is very pure. It's often perceived as the white light. So all our impurities, the washing away of that and the replacing of it by more sattvic, pure emotions could be done through the white light meditation. How you can invoke the white light onto your bodies, into your emotional fields, and do a daily cleansing. It just takes 5 to 10 minutes to do these meditations each. So if you could do like a 21-day process with all the meditations, it will take you 40 minutes to do 4 different type of meditations. And you could have a journal maintenance where you could record your daily experiences of what have you, whom have you come, whom have you forgiven, how do you feel lighter. So at the end of 21 days, I can bet on this that you will have a very different perspective of life. The third meditation here is going to be the violet flame cleansing. Now, the violet flame cleansing is often taught to energy healers only, especially Reiki healers, but I want to bring this to everyone. I want the access to be available for everyone on like how you can use violet flames to cleanse your rooms, your bodies, your auras, everything. So it's like a cleansing thing. It's like a dusting thing. You go around, you dust everything that's on you, and you like clean and clear. So that's violet flame. Now come to cord cutting. Cord cutting is something that we need to understand first. What is this cord that I'm speaking about? So cords are actually invisible structures, that energy structures that are flowing between two people, or between you and a certain possession thing of yours. For example, you have a land somewhere and you feel really, like you're very attached and you want to keep going back there always. Or there's someone in your life that you're always, wanting to see, what is he doing? Where is he going? Why is he doing this? So this is like an inappropriate and imbalanced way to put your energies invested in a certain person or something. So check yourself for such kind of behavior, that what are the kind of people you really get too much involved in, and you lose your own peace of mind, because they're ultimately following their path, and they're not really going to reciprocate and follow everything that you may be telling them. So there are these cords of attachment between you and the other person. So through this cord cutting meditation, which you can practice with by visualizing these people, you'll be able to cut those, slowly you'll be able to fritter those cords, and you'll be in a position in that relationship where you will be respected and he will be respected too. And like you're two individuals, you honor, love, and respect each other, but you're not really in that mode where you get emotionally flung upon by anyone. So that's about cord cutting. After that, earthing. I'll go a little bit in detail about earthing on how we can connect to the earth energies. There are many medical studies also that have been done to prove that how walking barefoot on the ground, even for 10 to 15 minutes a day, is very, very helpful to reinstate your mental balance. Many of us have sleep issues at night. Many of us have nightmares. Many of us have physical diabetes, heart disease. All this is like really like an epidemic in our continent now. So, how earthing can actually help us to be free of these things on a daily basis? You need to go out, you need to see the sun, you need to receive the cleansing rays of the sun and walk barefoot for 10 to 15 minutes. The last thing, which is going to be just touched upon, because actually each of these topics are very, very big in themselves, is a very ancient practice of Qigong, which I came across and which has really helped me. So, Qigong is basically Qigong, Tai Chi. These are very slow, mindful movements that we can do with our hands, with our bodies, and that help us to bring us in a certain calibrated state within a short period of like 10 to 15 minutes. Is as brisk as that. And these are very easy. They're not like yogasana postures, which are difficult for everybody to do. These are very simple movements, but very mindful. So, how you can use Qigong for aura cleansing and chakra balancing will be addressed here. Day 4. Now, day 4, we really need to bring around an insistence on our own Indian principles on how to do evil eye protections. So, since I am into Sri Vidya and a lot of other Sanatan Dharam practices, we've known these concepts much before the Western world actually highlighted and made it really important. We've always been conscious of energy from time immemorial. So here in this day, we will be speaking about our Eastern Indian traditions on how we can, what are the sadhanas, what are the remedies, the nazar dosh remedies that we can do. Very simple baseline remedies. Whenever you feel a little lethargic, you're not up to the mark, you can do these small remedies using very commonly available constituents at home, like an egg, like a lemon, like that. Very simple things. But doing that cleansing ritual could make you feel immediately back on bouncing on your feet. Okay. So especially, I will be sharing in detail about the egg cleansing ritual on how you can use an egg for your entire body and aura cleansing. So there are steps to it which will be taken care of. How do you actually identify, like people say, I have, मेरे ऊपर काला जादू है, and how, मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा, मुझे लगता है. So how do you identify that you're a victim of black magic? And actually, you come to a diagnosis first, right? Before you start treating yourself. So you identify that, and then you start working on how to resolve it. Now, in our tradition, we have many, many Devi Devatas who have specific energy signatures. They can help us in different areas of our life. So here I will be detailing to you about these specific tantric deities that are very, very good for psychic protection and for Vashikaran removals. So if you think you have been a victim of somebody else trying to rob you of your money, of, trying to spoil your business or trying to harm you physically, then it is wonderful to take assistance from these Devis and Devatas, in which I'll be covering Kal Bhairava, Kali, Kamakhya, Hanumanji, and Uchista Ganapati. So there will be a detailed understanding of their mantras and how you could use that for your cleansing and psychic protections. Day 5 is about tools now. So in day 4, we spoke about techniques, and day 5, we are going to be speaking about tools. So what are tools? Tools are physical stuff, physical things that can be used and can be used for your aura cleansing, for your chakra balancing, for your protections. So here I have put in pictures of certain crystals because I am into crystal healing. So I will suggest to you these 4 or 5 crystals which can be used for your aura cleansing. Especially if you've seen that symbol of the evil eye, the blue symbol that's also there on the screen right now. So that's called the evil eye, and you could wear jewelries and like carry this on your bodies to be like a amulet, like a talisman. Selenite is a wonderful charging crystal. It charges everything that it contacts. It has this property given by Mother Earth. So, very good for charging your auras, very good for psychic protections. So, will be shared there. Labradorite is a wonderful, beautiful crystal with 7 different colors of the rainbow, and it's very good for channeling work, for energy work. So, you could use that. And then you have all the black crystals there, the black tourmaline, the black obsidian, and the black onyx. So even in our Eastern tradition, we know that it's like whenever there is a situation where we need to ward off evil, then we take the support of this black. So we are going to use these crystals for psychic protections. Other than crystals, the other tools that can be used could be the rudrakshas. We have known of different kinds of rudrakshas. So, what is that one rudraksha that will help us? That has that specific quality that helps us with psychic protection. That will be spoken about. Now, Mother Kamakya, she's like a very wonderful, benevolent force for very good for slaughtering the evil in our life. So I have curated some Kamakya kit there with the Kamakya original sindoor and a Kamakya yantra. Now, these could how to use them and how you can make use of these things for your own psychic protections, and also very good for auspicious abundance in your life. Those have been spoken of here. Then I'm not going to be revealing it here, but if you want to know more, you must come to the workshop because I will be sharing 2 secret tantric protection tools that are not very openly spoken about. But if you want to know how to use them, where to get them, you must come to the workshop. And they are amazing tools for abundance and psychic protection both. Other than that, since we're speaking about the chakras in this workshop, we're going to be speaking about the 7 chakra balancing tools. All of these are going to be in crystals. So you could have 7 chakra balls, which you could hold during meditations. You could have 7 chakra wands, which help you to clean your aura, and many other 7 chakra tools. So those will be spoken on day 5. So that's how this is the algorithm of the workshop. These are the topics of the workshop. And if you want to make the most out of them, then you must enroll and you must come, learn, educate yourself, share with others, and apply to see how things transform in your life. Now I am handing over to Bhairavji. Bhairavji, could you please speak to them about the Nazar, the psychic protection kit that we have specially curated for everyone?
Yeah. So, thank you, Dr. Pallavi, for giving the details about the contents of the workshop. A few people are joining. Let me take them in.
I will keep admitting them.
Right. So, I would like to say one more thing that the energy exchange of this workshop, which is 1,500 rupees, and we are giving this early bird offer, which is valid till today, that is 9. And till today, if you are enrolling for this workshop, the workshop is for 1,350 rupees. Now, as Dr. Pallavi told that after a lot of research about the various tools which are present in the market for psychic protection, we have compiled them and made a psychic protection kit. I'll show you a few the items which are there in the kit. So this is the first.
Bhairavji, 1 minute.
Visible?
One minute. Can I just put you in the spotlight so that your screen is, bigger? Yeah. Do everybody see his screen bigger now? Because I want you to see what he's showing to you.
I think people are muted, so that's why they
Yeah,
can't
yeah, I can see
respond.
the screen to be magnified.
Okay.
So please continue.
Okay. Okay. So this is the first product which is there in the kit, and this is called as the protection salt, right? It is a sea salt and mixed with the protection oil, and it is a Reiki energized salt. It's very potent, and this salt can be used to mop the floors. It can be kept open in an area where you want that area to be cleaned out or swapped out of negativity. There may be some old or sick people in the house, so you can keep the salt in a bowl and keep it there, and then change it on a weekly frequency basis. So there are numerous benefits of this salt, and this is one of the constituents of the evil eye protection kit. The other product part of this kit is this. This is the cleanser spray, and this, as we see a numerous methods in our tradition. Some people use that cotton wick to remove this negative energy or negative evil eye effects, and there are various methods. So this is just a very simple and a very potent method to have to remove negativity and have positivity in a general area. So you can use this spray, and you can use this spray in the area where you want to get it energized. This can be used in the area like a study room for your kids, because kids are more vulnerable to these negative forces. So this is the second product in the kit.
Even in your
Then
meditation spaces, in your puja temple areas, you can spray this for deeper meditations, for cleaner, consecrated spaces that you want to create.
right. The beautiful black tourmaline pendant. Black tourmaline is used to absorb the negative energies, will protect you, it will act as a shield. And this is beautifully crafted in this pendant form with this opening at the back so that it can remain in touch with your skin. Then the other product in the kit is this selenite ring. As Dr. Pallavi already explained the properties of selenite, it's a natural charger, it's a positivity enhancer, and this ring again has got a open back so it can remain in touch, and it's the size is adjustable of the ring. Comes in a very beautiful shape, and it's look very elegant while you are wearing it. It will help you a lot in enhancing positivity, boosting your aura. The other thing is this hanger. This is a multi-purpose product. You can hang it at various places. I've seen people using this hanger at their office space, at the children's room, at their living rooms. This can be easily hanged like this, can be removed, can be taken to another room, and a very handy product. It's again having selenite tubes and black tourmaline tubes. Looks like this. Easily can be hanged, looks very attractive. Yeah. And the other product is this evil eye bracelet. specially designed. It has got lava beads and black tourmaline along with this evil eye. This is stretchable and can be used for a daily wear. I always use this black one with me, and it really helps. It really helps to many a times we are aware that we are affected by some negative energies, and many a times we don't even realize what has happened, why we are having some bad moods or something. So if the protection is on, then it'll always help you. We are giving this one free red band, uh, free with the complete kit, and
Bhairav
this
we
is
have
an
lost your connection, maybe. Okay, you're back.
yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the last item in the kit, and we are giving it free. This is a band which is adjustable, red band, can be used by anyone, and it is again having a evil eye and a red color adjustable band. So this is free with the complete kit. So during the workshop, you will also get the details and the usage of the kit, and we will also make a creative and explain to you in the groups also about how you can procure these kit from us. So that was it, Dr. Pallavi.
Yes. So can I please request you, Bhairav that after the session, could you please share the YouTube video about the skit on the group so that anybody who wants to enroll for the workshop can talk to you, or anybody who doesn't want to go for the workshop and only wants the kit, they'd like to see the things there. So please share the video and the your phone number so that they can contact you for either the workshop enrollment or for the kit or both.
Right,
And
right,
as you have already announced, today is the last day for the early bird offer for the workshop. And from tomorrow onwards, the workshop will be costing 1,500 rather than
right,
1,350, which is till end of
right,
today. Okay.
right.
Okay. So is there anybody who wants to ask? We can take 2 or 3 relevant questions only to this workshop. Kindly, we have around 8 minutes more. We can take 2 or 3 questions. If any of you would like to ask, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Suresh, this is.
Yes.
Ma'am, your session is going on in Telegram, ma'am.
Yes.
At what time, ma'am? Because I'm going for working.
So Telegram, the PDFs will be posted there around 10 to between 10 to 11 a.m. every day, but they'll be
Okay.
always available for access all the time. So whenever you are free at your convenience, you can access the content. There's no
Without
specific.
without joining the classes, can I got the PDF, ma'am?
Uh, no, you have to join the PDF, join the enroll for the workshop. You will be added to the Telegram group where you will have access to the PDFs.
Okay, I will be joined for the classes, ma'am, but not able to attend the regular classes
There is no
because I'm
regular. There is nothing regular. You can just open your Telegram the way that you open WhatsApp window, right? So the
okay, ma'am.
messages are always retained there. Like that
Okay.
in Telegram group, all the PDFs will be retained even after the 5 days are over. Maybe you want to read, say, after 10 days, then also you can read after 5 months, you can always read. There's no time limit to it. Okay. The messages
Oh,
will always be there for you to access.
can we understand that? Can we adopt those messages by looking, ma'am? Means face to face, I'm not possible to join, ma'am. So that's my problem.
Yeah. It's not a face-to-face workshop at all. We are just having this Zoom to introduce you to the topics, but there is no Zoom workshop after this. Everything will be on notes and PDFs in the Telegram group. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay,
Thank you,
okay. I
See,
Suresh.
will.
these are very, very simple notes. No? Like
Yes.
if you have to use this salt, and if I tell you just use two teaspoons of salt and mix it in the water and mop your floor. So that is how the instructions are there in these notes. It's very, very simple. Just have to go through these, and the best part is that they are available there accessible to you throughout your lifetime. So whenever you find time, you can go back and you can revise all these.
Anyone else wants to ask anything?
Uh, okay. If there are no further questions, shall
Yes.
we close?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So again, thanks to all of you for taking the time out and coming here. And would like to see all of you in our course. And my number is there in the group, and I'll also circulate the kit also in case there is any requirements. You can personally message me there. Right. Thank you, Dr. Pallavi, and thank you to all the participants here.
Thank you,
Namaskar.
Bhairav
Shri
ji.
Matre
Thank
Namaha.
you, Suresh ji. Thank you, all of you, for coming here and making time for
Namaste, ma'am.
this. Thank you.
Namaste, ma'am.
Thank you.